Namaste, Paula here. Welcome to this 75-minute yin yoga practice to reset and renew this new year. Start by taking a comfortable seated position. Allow your hands to rest on your thighs, palms up. Starting to drop out of your head and into your body, becoming really present with your breathing. With each exhale, can you just soften your face, relax your shoulders, settling your awareness on the movement of your body as you breathe. On the inhale, noticing how the belly inflates like a balloon. And on the exhale, the belly deflates. Noticing also the rise and fall of the chest with each breath. During this practice, you will be invited to slow right down through long, held, gentle poses that will encourage the body to release tension, to calm the nervous system, and to reconnect with your body. A perfect way to reset after the holidays and step into the new year feeling grounded, open, and supported. As you settle in for this calming, cooling, reflective practice, noticing now how you're feeling right now physically. Any areas of tension? Are you holding any discomfort in your body? Noticing also mentally, emotionally, how it feels to be you right now. Energetically. Using all this awareness to inform your practice, to ensure that you give yourself exactly what you need. Remember, this is your practice. I'm simply here to guide you. So spending a bit longer here, allowing yourself this time to transition into a space of yin. Moving from the external world and all its stimulation and stresses, noise, activity, all the doing that is very much related to yang qualities. And instead, we will be slowing everything right down. The breath, the body, the mind, the nervous system. So continue to breathe deep into the diaphragm. Long, slow inhalation. Even longer, slower exhalations. Feel how your body is connected to the floor or to the cushion below. Get a sense of the earth, a gentle gravitational pull supporting you, creating a steady, stable foundation. And as you lengthen up through the spine, can you lift up through the crown of the head and get a sense of a connection with the sky, the heavens above. Relaxing the face, the corners of the eyes, the jaw. Allowing the shoulders to drop away from the ears. Palms open, fingers relaxed. Gaze inwards, allowing external noises, nagging thoughts, any other distractions to start to dissolve into the background. Let your focus be your body and your breath as you indulge in just being. And now we're going to very slowly come out, coming into our first posture, which is child's pose. But we're going to add a stretch into the upper back and the shoulders by bringing the hands into prayer hands. So first of all, come into your child's pose if you need any support, perhaps either under the feet or between your bottom and your heels, a cushion or a bolster. Please support yourself however you need to. And then extend the arms long, bring the palms to touch, bending at the elbows, and take the thumbs to the back of the head. You might like to now walk your elbows away a little bit more to increase the stretch. Resting and breathing, your forehead on the mat or perhaps on a block. And as you breathe deeply, feel the stretch in your shoulders, upper back, and allow your palms to gently press together. Child's pose is considered as the cornerstone resting pose in yoga. It encourages us to gather all the pieces of ourselves back in, turning our senses inwards for nourishment. So make it your intention for this posture to stay really present with your breath, to return to yourself. As you continue to relax into this posture, can you allow your energy to flow from your fingertips to your hips? The buttocks heavy towards the heels. Feeling the stretch through the back of the body. The back of the neck. Aware of the physical sensations that are arising from holding in this posture over time, as well as getting a sense of the energy, that subtle energetic body. The energetic body is intimately connected to our breath and is much more subtle than the physical body. But according to the yogic tradition, the more subtle, the more powerfully we can affect deep in our system. As these postures compress and activate the meridians or the channels of the body, this provides an acupressure effect that improves the circulation of your chi or your prana life force through the channels, the meridians, the nadis, and in the internal organs. So continue to stay in stillness and in silence, present with breath, with body. Allow this presence to take you deeper physically, to access the deeper connective tissues, to lubricate the fascia. But also accessing a deeper dimension of your mind. Using this time to create space away from the busyness of your life, from your responsibilities, your stresses, and instead indulging in not needing to be anywhere or to do anything except to be here with your breath and your body. Simply letting be and letting go, and using this yin medicine to do what it knows how to do, naturally, passively, without any force. Yielding to overcome, allowing softness to overcome hardness. And now very slowly starting to come out of this posture. Pushing back to sit on your heels. And we'll just take a moment here, resting, hands on the lap, palms up, and just noticing the echoes of what we've just done. And now bringing your hands beside your hips, take an inhale, drop your left ear to your left shoulder, inhale through center, right ear to right shoulder. And let's do that again, both sides, nice and gentle. Next time you bring your left ear to your left shoulder, can you drop your chin to chest and circle through as if tracing a necklace around your throat? And take it back the other way. Nice. Now slowly coming out, moving through hands and knees, and you might like to use your blocks, but you don't have to here. Coming back into a child's pose, so resting the buttocks on the heels, the big toes touching. And we're going to add a shoulder stretch, a thread the needle. Extending the right arm long, perhaps resting it on a block on the medium edge. Threading the left arm under, and allow the head to rest on the other block on the low setting. And just settle into this posture. This pose stretches and opens the shoulders, the chest, the arms, the upper back and neck. Allow this posture to release the tension that many of us hold in the upper back and between the shoulder blades. You might notice also a mild twist to the spine, which also further reduces tension. With the hips heavy on your heels, you're also stretching the hips, the thighs, and the lower back. So breathing into these areas in the body to support this release. This is a very calming pose. Ideal for anyone, whether you're a beginner or an advanced practitioner. Particularly if you have chronic shoulder or back pain, this can help you get some release. So as you hold in this posture, again, stay really present with your breathing. The movement of the body as you breathe. Softening where you can soften. And just settle in. Using the props can be helpful to be able to hold the pose longer, to help stretch and strengthen the deep connective tissues, the fascia. And now, taking your time to come out, and we're just going to change sides here. So reset your blocks, settle into your child's pose, extend your left arm now and thread the right arm through. Make any subtle adjustments you need to make before settling into the posture, into stillness. This posture is great for opening the shoulders and stretching the spine. The twisting motion helps to loosen the muscles in the back and the shoulders, to release tension and stress from day-to-day life. For many of us, it's like we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. So now is your opportunity to just let it all go, surrendering to the posture. Continuing to slow down, slowing down the body by holding over time and taking your time to transition through your postures. Slowing down the breath, deepening the breath, lengthening the breath. And this will in turn slow down the mind as well. Slow down the nervous system to bring about more balance within. Yin Yoga is based on traditional Chinese medicine. And just like yoga, Chinese medicine is a holistic practice that aims to bring about balance in the body. So very slowly now, coming out again, just move your blocks out of the way. Push back to sit onto your heels. You might like to just lean back, fingers facing forward. We're just going to lift one knee for a nice stretch into the foot, into the ankle, to the lower part of the leg. And then lower and change sides. And if it feels good and it's accessible for you, you can lift both knees together now. And coming out. Just rolling off onto one side. Extend the legs long out in front. And we're going to come into a half butterfly. So keep the left leg long and bring the sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh. You might like to sit up onto a cushion. This will help with the tilt of the pelvis forward. And bring your blocks either side of your leg. Lengthen the spine on the inhale, folding forward over that left leg. And allow the forearms to rest on the blocks. And you may need to have the blocks up high, or you can drop them down. Just allow your body, your upper body, to hang forward at the hips, keeping a slight bend in your back. Let your neck comfortably hang and your face be soft. Perhaps supporting your head with your hands. This will encourage relaxation in the body and also prevent any straining of the neck. Perhaps keeping the knee bent with a block under the back of the knee. We don't flex or point the foot, we just allow the foot to drop out to the side as it will. And then just rounding over your leg, let yourself sink, let yourself melt. There's a gentle gravitational pull towards the earth. Surrendering to the posture, which can be harder for many of us than it seems. Slowing down, stilling the body can reveal all the movement of the mind. It may be more difficult to tune out. If emotions arise, can you accept these emotions or these feelings, leaning into them with your breath? It can be a very powerful experience to just sink into a posture and to let go. Feeling the stretch in the legs, the hips, and the lower back. Present with your breath, noticing the inhale, noticing the exhale. Just settle into your breath. Just staying for a few more breaths. And now very slowly coming out, rolling back up your spine. Just stay for a moment with a nice tall spine before helping your bent leg to extend. Perhaps bring a little bit of movement into the legs, to the feet, before changing sides. So right leg extends, sole of the foot, the left foot into the inner thigh. Body folding over the right leg. Resting your forearms on the blocks, perhaps supporting your head with your hands. And just breathe. Half butterfly creates a really accessible spinal stretch, targeting the ligaments along the back of the spine. So we're really working with the back of the body, the back of the right leg, the spine, the back of the neck. But also there's the opposing sensation coming from the folding forward, and of course it depends on how far forward you can fold to how much you will feel this. But there's that squeezing of the belly, which is very helpful for our digestion, creating a massaging or an acupressure effect. So breathe into the belly as well. Be really mindful and aware not only of your breath but of your mind. Check in to make sure that you're not getting distracted with those nagging thoughts. If you are, that's okay, that's natural. But can you gently guide your awareness back to your breath and your body? Upper body is sinking a little bit more towards the floor with each breath that you take, with each moment that you hold in this posture. So staying for about 10 more breaths here. And now, as you're ready, very slowly coming out, rolling back up the spine. Help that left leg to extend. Take a moment, bring a little bit of movement, wriggling the legs, the feet. And from here, we're going to use our bolster, coming onto the side of the body for a nice side lying stretch. So it's important the positioning of the bolster. You want it up so that your upper ribs are resting on the bolster. And then you might like to bend your knees. You can even take the cushion between the knees if you don't like the knees coming together. The bottom arm extends so that you can rest your head on your arm, and then taking the top arm and stretching it overhead, and perhaps the palms can rest on each other. There are modifications for this posture if this is too much of a stretch in your shoulder, in your top shoulder. You can also just allow that top arm to rest on the bolster instead of reaching overhead. Supporting the head allows the cervical spine to be in a neutral position, which helps the nervous system to settle down. So this is a very calming, relaxing pose. It can be a great pose to do it at the end of a stressful day, or as an alternative to Shavasana. Expanding the rib cage helps you breathe deeper. So tune into all this openness, particularly in the side of the body, the upper side of the body that you've created with this posture. Breathing into the intercostal muscles, lubricating these tissues. And just settle in. Settle into this stillness, this softness. So noticing the stretch in the upper side of the body, but also noticing the other side that is resting on the bolster, that compression that's being created, the squeezing effect. And staying now for about 10 more breaths. Very slowly coming out now. And from here, coming onto your back, turning the bolster around so it's lengthways. And just lying the back of the body onto the bolster for a supported fish pose. Allow the arms just to rest out to the sides, palms up and open, fingers relaxed, legs are just extended. There's a slight lift of the chin to open the throat. Feel the support of the bolster below and allow it to take your weight. The front of the body just softening into the back of the body. This passive stretch helps release tension in the shoulders, improving posture, and also encourages deep breathing. Whilst we're in this pose, we're opening up the front of our upper body, especially the chest and the shoulders. But it can also be felt in the stomach. And if the head is dropped back and the chin's lifted a little bit, the neck will receive a nice opening also. You might also notice or experience some compression in your lower back as well. Feeling your rib cage expanding with every breath you take, and perhaps connecting to your heart space, softening with each exhale. This posture encourages deep relaxation and mindful breathing. Again, another posture that's perfect for unwinding after a long day or for resetting your energy in the morning. Support your body, surrender to stillness, and let the breath flow freely. The beauty of a yin yoga practice is that you can take one or two postures that really serve your needs at the time and add them to your self-care routine. You don't necessarily have to do a full 1 hour practice if you don't have the time. You can benefit from relaxing into one of these postures at the end of the day. Can you tune into that space within of peace, of quiet, of calm? And now, lifting yourself off of the bolster. And we're going to come into side lying pose on the other side. So set the bolster up in the right position. Again, bend the knees, bring them together, maybe taking the cushion between the knees. Extend the bottom arm, resting the head on the arm for support. Take the top arm over, stretch it over, and perhaps the palms can touch. Make any subtle adjustments you need to make. You want to make sure that you're lying on your side, that you're not rolling over onto the front or rolling over onto the back. And again, coming back into the breath, noticing the lovely expansion of the ribs as you breathe. Opening the sides of your body is important in terms of subtle energy flow. in terms of balancing this flow in the body. The left side of the body is often considered the feminine side and is believed to embody the emotional, feeling, subjective aspects of behaviour. It symbolises qualities such as intuition, receptiveness. It's the relational side of ourselves. The left side might be thought of as being. The right side of the body is considered the masculine side and is believed to embody the logical, analytical, objective, verbal, directional aspects of behaviour. It's believed to govern the initiating, giving, career sides of ourselves. The right side might be thought of as doing. So opening both sides of ourselves through this supported stretch and breath awareness is a gentle way to balance and harmonise the integral aspects of our being, our yin and yang. So just stay and soften. Rest in your beingness. Coming out of this posture now, pushing back up through table pose, and from here we're going to come into a deer pose. So take the cushion under your right buttock, bring your right knee behind your right wrist, bending the back leg. So we're creating a kind of 90 to 90 degree angle with both legs. And if you're not feeling much opening in that right hip, then see if you can bring the right foot closer to the front so the shin's more parallel. Then we lengthen the spine. We walk around over our right knee. Then we lengthen again with an inhale, walk around a little bit further so we're feeling that twist through the spine, and then come on down. You might be able to just rest on your forearms on the floor, or you may need a block or even a bolster. So this posture is a great opening for the hips. We've got an internal and external rotation of the hips. And plus we're creating the twisting movement, the revolving through the rib cage into the spine. Keep the spine long and just look forward of your hands as you settle into this posture. This is a great posture for increasing hip mobility. Perhaps you'll also notice the squeezing of the belly as well, which along with the twisting movement supports our digestion. Stimulating the gallbladder, the liver, and the kidney meridians. Relax the face, soften the eyes, Allow the tongue to rest at the roof of the mouth behind the top teeth. Allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears as you settle in. Sensations arising. Leaning into these sensations, breathing into these sensations to support the deep letting go. Our hips can become very clenched and very guarded. The tissues are much denser. So just take it slow. Allow the body to just naturally let go over time. For many people, hips are problematic. And there's so many benefits from postures that support the opening of the hips and the release of deep tension in this area. It can be very helpful to intentionally relax the jaw. There's a fascia line that connects the jaw with the hips. So if we're holding in the jaw, if there's tension in the jaw, then this will affect the hips as well. Taking a deep inhale through the nose and a sigh out the mouth will soften and relax the jaw. Staying now in stillness and in silence for about 1 more minute. Taking about 10 more breaths. Very slowly now, starting to come out. And we're going to take a seated twist. So taking the left leg over the top. You can also extend the bottom leg if that's more accessible for you. Inhale, lengthening up through the spine, and then we're going to hook the arm over the leg, turning gently to look over the shoulder. With each inhale, we lengthen the spine, lifting up through the crown of the head. And on the exhale, perhaps deepening into the twist a little bit. And we'll stay for about 10 more breaths. With each inhale, lengthening the spine. And with each exhale, there's a subtle deepening into the twist. Slowly coming out, unravel the legs, and we'll come into deer pose on the other side. So taking the cushion under the left buttock now, just adjusting your position, finding an edge of resistance in particularly that left hip. You can move the foot forward so that your shin, the front shin, is more parallel to the front of the mat. And then lengthening the spine, moving the body around to the side to create that twist in the spine before coming down either onto the floor on your forearms or perhaps on a block or a bolster. Keep the spine long, just looking forwards of your hands. And to help relax the jaw, take a deep inhale through the nose and sigh out the mouth. Allow the tongue to rest at the roof of the mouth behind the top teeth. Can you notice the space between your teeth? And just allow yourself to drop into this posture. In Yin Yoga, we use the elements of time. We hold over time so that we can target those deeper tissues. Finding your edge in this posture, that boundary of resistance that you feel physically in the body. And then not forcing yourself or pushing yourself in any way. Can you meet any resistance you feel gently, leaning into any sensations with your breath, using a force that is passive, not aggressive, one which is congruent with Yin. Staying in stillness, open and receptive to whatever you notice. Physical sensations, the movement of energy, your breath, feelings. As you maintain a steady breath, allowing this stillness to lead you to more depth physically by accessing the fascia, the deeper tissues, and mentally creating an entry point through this stillness to a deeper dimension of your mind, which can be difficult for many of us. Because sometimes when we come into stillness like this, that's when all the thoughts come rushing in. So be very mindful of your mind. Check in from time to time to make sure that you're not getting distracted by nagging thoughts, stories, plans, ruminations. It's perfectly natural to do so. But if you notice that's happening, can you gently guide your awareness back to your breath and your body again? Surrendering to the element of time. Transcending time by maintaining presence. Deepening your experience in this practice. Yin is yielding, it's nourishing, and it's about allowing. So just allow the body to continue to let go a little bit more with each breath you take, with each moment that you stay here, indulging in this healing practice. Staying for about 10 more breaths. And now, as you're ready, slowly coming out, just take your time to transition into our seated twist. With the right leg over the top, the left foot tucked under, Try to ground through both sits bones if you can, and of course you can extend that bottom leg if that's better for your needs, for your body. We lengthen and then we hook the elbow over the leg. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, rising up through the crown of the head, and exhaling, peeling that back shoulder back as you turn, never wrenching your head around. And just stay here for about a minute, lengthening on the inhale and perhaps deepening into your twist on the exhale. And these adjustments, this deepening is subtle. And coming out now, extending the legs long. You might like to bring a little bit of movement into the legs, into the ankles and feet, leaning back on your hands. So transitioning through hands and knees, we're coming into a posture called quarter dog. And you may need a cushion for this. So reaching the right arm forward on the mat, folding the left arm so that the forearm's parallel to the front of the mat. With the hips just forward of the knees, allow your chest to sink towards the floor and bring your forehead onto the mat, inside of your forearm. If you feel quite squishy in the face, too close to the mat, you might like to use a cushion to create a little bit more space for your face. And if it feels too much to have the right arm extended, perhaps soften a little bit. And as you settle in, can you feel your heart space softening, melting towards the floor? Noticing the stretch in the chest, the stretch in the outstretched arm, some compression along the spine. So yin works not only physically with the deeper tissues, the postures along with the breath also support the flow of energy, of prana, life force, chi through the body. From a traditional Chinese medicine perspective, which underpins our yin yoga practice, chi, this energy, this vital life force, flows through channels in the body known as meridians. So when you come into these postures, we're also targeting different meridians, activating the energy through these channels to support harmony and balance in the body, well-being. Very slowly now coming out and coming on to your tummy to prepare for half frog pose. You might like to have a cushion at the right side of your body. Can you draw your left leg out to the side, keeping the leg bent so the knee stays roughly in line with the hip? Either place a cushion under your bent knee or just have the knee resting on the floor. To intensify the stretch in this posture, you can draw the foot in line with the knee. Just allowing your head to rest on your arms just like a cushion for your head, Or if you prefer, you can come up into a Sphinx pose with the elbows under the shoulders and the wrists in front of the elbows. And focus on breathing away any tension from the face and the shoulders whilst feeling a stretch through the groin. Slowly coming out now, and we'll come into our quarter dog on the other side. So the left arm extends, the right arm folded so the forearms parallel to the front of the mat, the hips just forwards of the knees, the forehead resting on the inside of the arm, perhaps using a cushion as you need. And then just settle in. Get a sense of gravity drawing your upper body towards the floor. The heart space melting. Breathing into any resistance you're feeling. Noticing perhaps the deep stretch in the back of the body. Being mindful of your mind. If you notice you're getting distracted by some nagging thoughts, a story, a plan, a rumination, or by
continue to
noises
allow
in the
your
background,
presence
can you gently
on
guide
your
awareness
breathing
back to your body,
take you
and your
deeper.
breath.
The inhale breath,
Present
slow
with the
and long.
inhale and the exhale.
The exhale breath, even longer
The
and
movement of the
slower
body as you breathe.
as
The
you stay for a little bit
sensations
longer here
arising from holding over time in this
in
posture.
stillness and in silence,
Softening
body
a little
and
bit
breath.
more with each exhalation you take.
Just being here, indulging in having nothing else that you need to be doing right now. Not needing to be
Staying
anywhere
now
else.
about 1 more minute in stillness and in silence.
And staying for about 10 more breaths. And now from here,
Now, very slowly
starting to come out of quarter dog,
and from
returning
here,
to lie
lying
on your
back
tummy,
down,
setting up
in a
for
prone
half frog
position.
on the other side, using a cushion if you
Setting up
like,
for half
under the
frog
right knee.
on the other side.
Either
Again,
creating a
perhaps you'd
cushion
like
with your
to
arms to
create a
rest your
cushion with
forehead
your
in more of a
arms to rest your
restorative
head. Or
half
maybe you'd
frog.
like to come
Or
up
perhaps
onto
you'd
a
like
sphinx,
to
onto the forearms with the elbows under the shoulders.
come up onto your
and the wrists
forearms
in front of the elbows,
into a
perhaps
sphinx
supporting your head
with
the
half
block
frog.
if you do so. You can also place a cushion under the bent knee if that serves you. Just settle into the stretch,
Breathing
particularly in
deeply
the
and
groin
allowing
area.
gravity to do all the work. Maintaining an inward gaze, external world dissolving into the background. As you tune into your breathing, perhaps in this posture you can feel the breath as you just stay here a little bit longer. Taking your time now to come out, to move onto your back, where you will take a strap, loop the strap, and we're going to come into a really lovely hamstring stretch. So lying down on your back, bending the right knee and hooking one end of the looped strap over the sole of the foot. You might like to start with the left leg bent and the foot on the floor. If it's accessible for you, can you take the other end of the strap around the back of the head? And then just see how it feels in the back of that right leg, and perhaps you can extend that left leg, but maybe that's a little bit too much. If you're really tight in the backs of the legs, you may not be able to hook the strap around the back of the head to create that traction in the back of the neck. You might just have to hold onto the strap, or you can thread your arms through. Finding a position that is most accessible for you, that best serves your body, and settle in. Imagining that you can breathe in and out through the back of that extended leg. Allowing the head to drop back, be hammocked by the strap. You might even like to have a bolster at the back of the shoulders, the back of the neck. Allow this posture to create a deep stretch in the back of the right leg. And just settle in. And this posture for some can get a little intense over time. So if the time that I'm guiding you to stay in this posture is just too much for you, then just remove the strap and lie with the knee bent and hug the knee in. But for others, this can be a beautiful, relaxing stretch. Creating mindfulness by being really present with the breath and the sensations you're feeling. As you stay now for about 1 more minute, I'll leave you in stillness and in silence. And now, removing the strap from the back of the head, hug the right knee in nice and tight. You might like to roll through the ankle a few times or flex and point your foot. And then extend that leg long before changing sides. Take your strap again, hug the left knee in nice and tight, hook the strap around the sole of the foot, and if possible, behind the back of the head. And this side will feel different. So perhaps you do have to keep that right leg bent and foot on the floor. Just take your time to settle into the posture. And then once you've made whatever adjustments you need to make, come back to your breath. Awareness settling on where you're feeling the most resistance in this posture. Breathing into any sensation, leaning into it with your breath. Allowing this time for the release of tension to increase some length, to stretch the back of the leg, the hamstrings. Staying now for about 1 more minute. Preparing to come out now, removing the strap, hugging the knee in, holding for about 10 breaths here. Perhaps again you'd like to roll through the ankle a few times, flex and point your foot. And before we come into Shavasana, we're going to spend a couple of minutes in Viparita Karani. So take the bolster under the bottom. Extend the legs towards the ceiling. Inverted leg is a lovely way to finish the practice. So just spending this time allowing the energy to flow down towards your brain, refreshing your brain in the most gentlest way. Coming into Shavasana now, you might like to just push the bolster forwards underneath the backs of the knees. Take your cushion to rest your head so you're as comfortable as possible. And you can stay as long as you like in Shavasana. I hope you enjoyed this practice. And if you did, I'd love to hear your feedback. So perhaps leave a comment, like and subscribe if you'd like to practice more with me. Namaste.